All right, guys, so basically right now what I want to talk about is Instagram marketing for affiliate marketers and network marketers. In particular, free traffic and lead strategies. All right, so basically I want to start off with saying what the objective is here. Now, if you're marketing on social media, the goal of marketing through social media is to get the people on social media to go to your website, to go to your capture page, right? Or to even go to whatever it is, even your YouTube channel, but you want to drive that traffic to something in particular, okay? And Instagram is a great way to do that. Now, the way you drive this traffic is obviously your content on Instagram is going to be bait to get people to come in and take interest into what you have cooking up. Once they're in and they're on your Instagram posts, they go on your profile, and then from your profile you'll have a link to wherever else you want them to go within your bio, okay? So now people click that link, they go from your bio to your offer, okay? So those of you who are affiliate marketers and network marketers out there, you want people to look and view a specific offer or product, service, or whatever the case is, that's the objective. Get people on your Instagram, have them engage with it, give them a call to action to go to the link in your bio to drive traffic to your offer. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is how to go about that. Okay, so this is how attraction marketing comes into play. This is where it really works. Now, remember I talked about having content as bait, right? You want to attract people to you. You want to attract an audience, right? You want to make a scene on Instagram, right? Which is what we're talking about now. So basically, think about your audience. Who are you targeting, right? What is your offer about? Okay, if you're marketing something that is in the health and wellness niche, in the fitness niche, or whatever the case is, that's the audience you want to target. Now, what are you offering? Think about what are you offering? Who needs what you're offering, right? Who needs it? Who is looking for something like that, right? And so now you ask these questions, right? How do you connect the product to the people? How do you find the right people? Because one thing's for sure is that you can't just be randomly posting pictures of your lunch and your breakfast and, you know, putting up selfies and all that kind of stuff. Just aimless content creation. That's not attractive, right? If anything, it starts to become spammy when you're doing it so much. You want to have something that makes people go, I wonder what that is. And they go to it. Oh, that looks cool. And they go to it. Oh, what's that about? They go to it, right? That's cool. They hit the like button, right? Now, the next thing is, if you're talking about a picture, right, you can put a meme that's related to the niche, that's related to the product, right? A meme that makes a strong statement, right? Basically like a picture with some kind of text that makes a statement. Then you can elaborate on that statement in the description below the image, right? Something that's going to pique curiosity. You want it to be something that's open-ended, something that's going to reel them in even more, where they want more information about whatever you just posted, right? So you post you have a compelling meme, and then you elaborate on that, and then it has to be some kind of call to action. Click the link in my bio to get more information, right? If you have some kind of offer or something, special discount, 15% off, learn more about this product, whatever the case is, check out the link in my bio, okay? People go, oh, that's interesting, I want to check that out. They go in there, boom, that's how you drive the traffic, okay? Videos are even more compelling. But the only problem is that people have a very short attention span. So if you're going to make a video on Instagram, you got to get to the point, you got to make it compelling. So this is where your charisma and your personality has to come out, have a hard-hitting, quick message, very effective, right? No excessive filler and all of that kind of stuff. Really drive the point home, open up that curiosity and pull people in. Be attractive. And then once again, link in the bio, right? Click the link in the bio. Bam, call to action, okay? Now, so basically you got pictures and images. Now, the cool thing, I kind of touched on this in a video that I made a while ago, but Instagram has made some changes, okay? So the videos are no longer 15 seconds long. They are now, I think, a minute or a minute and 45 seconds. I believe it's a minute, right? So they've literally stretched the time span that you have to communicate 4 times the length. It's not just 15, now it's 60 seconds, it's a whole minute, right? Which is huge, because now what you can do is you can just showcase more, okay? So this is a huge improvement, and allows them to really compete in the marketplace and give something new, okay? So you really want to take advantage of that video feature. People will watch videos, okay? Video marketing currently is the most effective form of marketing, period, hands down. It's not up for debate, okay? Video marketing. So if you're serious about affiliate marketing, network marketing, and all of that, you want to build a following, you want to drive traffic, get leads, and all that kind of stuff, got to be on top of your video marketing game, okay? And so now, moving on from that, what I want to talk about now is hashtags, okay? All right, so hashtags are your keywords, right? Hashtags are the words that Instagram's algorithm picks out in order to send your content to the right people. Okay, so hashtags, it'll be that number sign followed by a word, right? All in one sentence, no spaces, right? So for instance, if you're selling barbells or some kind of powerlifting equipment, hashtag powerlifting, hashtag meathead gear, whatever the case is, right? And so basically you post, and the cool thing about Instagram is you're not like just relegated to having 1 or 2 hashtags, right? You're not just limited to having 1 or 2 hashtags. You can have like 10 of them in there, right? So pretty much you can really research all of the keywords, all of the hashtags that are really getting good traffic, and throw those into your posts, okay? But make sure they're relevant hashtags. You don't want to say, have Call of Duty, yoga pants, cookies, food porn, all in the same thing, because it is too many. You don't want to have a whole bunch of hashtags from different different niches, because now you're not targeting your niche anymore. And so now when you start getting real wide like that, Instagram doesn't know where to send your stuff. And so what happens is that your stuff gets lost in translation. Okay, you're not really going to get the kind of traction and traffic that you want when you do that. So really make your keywords real honed in and dialed into your niche. Okay, so now what I'm going to do in the text down below is I'm going to get more specific about where you can do the keyword research from and get the relevant hashtags and all that kind of stuff, and you can see their statistics and how well they're doing and all of that kind of stuff, and pick your hashtags accordingly. All right, so let's talk about the time of day usually that you want to post. Now, in particular, I've gotten the most success early morning, like around 6-7 a.m., right? Or after 12, like 12:30, odd times like 12:52, and maybe even 1:15, 1:20, around those times. And then at night, if you're going to do it at night, it's got to be, around somewhere in between the hours of 5 and 7, right? And then if you're going to go past 7, you'd be having pretty good luck around, let's say, 11, 12, 1 o'clock, right? Times like that. So those are the times that I personally have gotten a lot of traffic on my Instagram account. So, that may not exactly be factual, right? Because everybody has different times, and also those times may differ depending on the niche that you're targeting. But for the most part, those are the times that you have to work with. Now, as far as how often to post, once or twice a day is fine. You don't really want to be too spammy and just start posting stuff all the time, because also you can get red flagged for posting too much, okay? So really, once or twice is really all you need, because what you want to do with your posts is you want to get new followers, new eyeballs on your stuff. But now what I want to talk about next is not just getting new followers and new eyeballs on your stuff from posting content, but also social media managing apps, right? Social media management programs, okay? And I'll get into that a little bit more in the description, but here's the brief overview. So there are social media management apps, right? And these social media management apps will, you can schedule content to be posted to your social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, things like that, right? So typically I use one called Mass Planner. It's pretty much the best one that I've found. If you're interested in getting something like that, some kind of social media management manager, then you can go in the description. I'll talk a little bit more and provide some links to that where you can go check that out. But basically, me personally, I don't want to be on my phone and posting and remembering when to put stuff and all of that kind of stuff. So that is why I have a social media management account. So not only can you schedule posts to automatically go out onto your social media profiles and pages, but you can also automatically follow people and unfollow people that are not following you back. You can even automatically like people's posts, comment on people's posts, different things like that. And when people follow you, you can set automatic messages to go out to your new followers, greeting them and giving them some kind of value or some kind of call to action when they follow you, right? So there's a lot of cool things that you can do, and basically what it does is it automates the process, right? So you're not doing everything yourself, where you get a new follower and then you go on that person's profile and you manually type out a message to send them, and every single person, because when you start getting 10, 20 followers a day, you're not going to want to be sending out a whole bunch of greeting messages and call to actions and stuff like that, and be on your phone and be on your computer reaching out to every single person that follows you. Because me personally, getting 30, 40 followers a day on across multiple platforms on multiple accounts, I don't want to be doing that, okay? I don't want to be sitting at the dinner table with my family and friends and all of that, and I'm on my phone managing my business, okay? That's why I have programs and stuff to do that for me. So again, if that's something that you're interested in and you're really serious about the whole internet marketing and using social media and whatnot and really generating a full-time income online, then really check that out and read the details below. So basically, having said that, got that out of the way. The next thing that I want to talk about is, what do I want to talk about next? Squeeze pages, email marketing, list building. How does this relate back to affiliate marketing and network marketing? Well, let's talk about it, because it's a pretty big thing to have if you want to have a decent amount of money online. If you want to, really generate full-time income marketing online and have that time freedom and financial freedom and live that laptop lifestyle, right? So let's get into that. All right, so email marketing, list building, right? What does that have to do with Instagram? So for those of you who don't know, email marketing and list building is all about capturing and retaining leads that you can keep in constant contact with and market to and give value to, right? So you can market from your website, you can market from your social media accounts, and then you can market from your email. Now, the more things you got working, the more people you're reaching out to at one time, the more of the internet you're leveraging through different platforms, the more income and revenue you're going to generate, right? So now, basically, with email marketing, it's going to allow you to get directly into people's personal inbox, okay? So now, things like Instagram, the only way somebody's going to see your content is if they're scrolling through Instagram and just so happen to stumble across one of your posts, okay? The only way somebody's going to stumble across your content on YouTube is if they type in a certain keyword and one of your videos pop up right on the list, or if they Google something and your blog or your website pops up. But now, if you have people manually putting in their email, submitting their email and name to you, you can now reach out to them directly. So let me get into it. Email marketing and list building, right? So what happens is you would typically have some kind of opt-in form, right? A squeeze page, capture page. Basically what that is, it's a page, compelling headline, a quick, brief description of what they have to look forward to, whether it be a new ebook, a video, some kind of opportunity or something like that, right? Something compelling that they read that's going to make them want to put in their name and email, right? So what they do is they go on that page, they get lured in, they like what they see, they want to know more, they put their name, email in, and they hit the submit button or the get access button, whatever you decide to make it, and they go on to view whatever else you got cooking up, okay? So now, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a diagram of exactly how it works, the direction, like a little flow chart I'm going to put up, right? For you guys to get a little bit more detail on that. But basically, long story short, like I said, Instagram post, call to action, the link is in the bio. That link that's in the bio is going to be the link to your opt-in form or your squeeze or capture page. where you collect those emails and they go on to the next thing to watch the video and see the opportunity or the product or whatever the case is you got going on. Okay, so you're going to collect those emails, those names and emails, right? And then what you're going to do after that is, if they go on to the next page and they watch the video or they see the product, whatever the case is, and they don't buy at that current moment in time, you can still market to them later. And the thing about email marketing is you can set up, let's say you got a calendar page, and you can set up messages that automatically go out to them on specific days automatically. So you set it and forget it, right? So basically you do value, you give something away, you give them some information, something they can use ASAP, right? And then you make an offer, right? So it's value, 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 and then pitch, right? Give, or as I like to say, give me 3 free, then pitch me, okay? Because here's the whole deal. We like free stuff. We like free information. We like giveaways and different things like that, okay? The only reason why anyone is going to opt in to your list is because you're giving them something. You're giving them some kind of value. They're not going to just go and opt in to your list so you can keep spamming them with ads, okay? So don't do that, okay? Give 3 times as much value, okay? Free, 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 pitch. Value, 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 okay? And then make an offer. So pretty much that's how it goes. And what happens is, as that list grows, keep in mind that everyone on that list is going to be getting the same message, okay? So if you have 100 people on your list, that message is going out to 100 people, okay? So even if 10% of those people decide that they're going to take advantage and they're going to make a purchase, that's 10 sales out of those 100 people, okay? And every day your Instagram is going to be funneling you in new leads, okay? Of course, if your content and your call to action is compelling enough. All right, so there's one thing I must absolutely talk about, okay? And that is the difference between affiliate marketers and network marketers marketing on social media. Now understand that automating your social media through, you know, these different programs and apps that manage your social media accounts is great. Automating the process frees up your time and everything is great. Driving traffic, automating is fantastic. I can't stress that enough. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to be spammy and we don't want to be impersonal, okay? You got a lot of people where they're following a ton of people and then they're just unfollowing the same ton of people right back the next day and following a ton more people. And so they're just spamming, okay? You don't want to do that, okay? Especially if you're a network marketer. Because now the thing is that affiliate marketers just have to worry about driving traffic, getting the leads, and getting the conversions, right? Conversions being the sales. Now, as a network marketer, it's a little bit different because you don't just make the sale and just take off, that's it. As a network marketer, the only real way you make money is when the people that you recruit and sponsor also make money. So there is a burden on you that you have to be team leader and make sure that you can lead your team to success, okay? That you have the charisma and the attraction, that you can bring people into the vision and push them forward and give them the guidance that they need in order to prosper and be effective in their business, okay? As an affiliate marketer, you don't have any of those pressures. So by all means, all you got to do is just get the traffic, cool. But for you network marketers out there, understand that, cool, when someone follows you, they get that automatic response. When they message you, it would be in your best interest to message back, okay? To interact with people and build relationships, okay? And I'm gonna give you a little bit of an example here. Now, let's say somebody gets your message, they respond, right? You respond, yo, thanks, man, I'm looking at your profile. Pretty awesome stuff you got going on. We got a lot in common. Listen, my inbox is getting swarmed right now, but let's connect on Facebook. My name is so-and-so. If you really want to chat and connect further, send me a friend request on Facebook, okay? Moving over to Facebook, that's how you cultivate those relationships, okay? Which is huge, because the only way people are going to take the leap and be recruited into your vision, to be sponsored in and join and lock arms with you, is if you have the charisma, as if you have the belief enough, right? And then also, if the relationship is strong enough where they believe in you enough and they trust you enough to then join you. It's the only way it's gonna happen, okay? No one cares about the compensation plan and all of that kind of stuff. That's not going to make them stay. And a lot of people, it's not even going to make them join it, okay? People buy into you. People buy into people. That's why businesses, right, multi-million and billion-dollar businesses, they have brand ambassadors, right? They have the Dr. Dre's, the Michael Jordans, the Serena Williams, etc., okay? You got to be the face of your brand, which means that people need to see your face and know who you are. You need to do those videos and talk to people on a mass scale, but also talk to people on an individual scale, okay? Because you're building a team. You're not just recruiting, trying to build a massive downline so that you can cash in on everybody underneath you. That's the problem. People focus a lot on recruiting and making the conversions as opposed to building up the team, getting a good foundation and moving forward. So now, that's all I'm going to say about that, because I'm going to go off on a tangent and all of that and get into Facebook and all that stuff. I will be making videos on Facebook marketing in the future, but right now this is just about Instagram. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it, all I have to say. I hope I'm not leaving anything out here, but if I am, or you have any kind of questions on anything about Instagram or anything else you was curious about, leave me a comment, alright? And so be sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave some feedback and so on. And having said that, good luck you guys, take care.